What up, y'all? Welcome to the block. It's your girl, Red. Got the homie Kendric in the building. So what's up to the people?
What's good, y'all? What's going on?
Yeah, outlet. You sound so energized and happy to be here.
That I am.
So thrilled to be on the block. You already know what the deal is. We got 3 topics, and we're going to start with one that should be interesting, I think. Let's go with body counts. Now, is body counts important, or, you know what I'm saying, is it like a thing of the past?
Is it basically? I think you have to look at it from both perspectives, from a female side and a guy's side. You know, to me, there's a double standard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, guys be like, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know, I smashed like 40, 50 girls, and you know, it ain't no big deal.
Right.
But a female say she, you know, had sex with more than 5 guys, you know, she's a hoe.
Right.
So it's to me, it's a big deal. It really depends on the person. Like, to me, if you go past like 5, you know, 6, it's no. You know, if it's like 10, okay, great. You know, that's cool. But anything over that, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to question. You know, it's like throwing a hot dog down. I mean, throwing.
No, it's not. Now this is where the female side comes in and intervenes.
No,
what dudes fail to understand is that a vagina fucking can take anything,
yeah,
and it
true.
pushes out fucking kids, bro. Like 8 pounders, 20 pounds. I mean, think about it. You think about this small, you know what I'm saying, hole that can expand so wide and give life. So just imagine, y'all thinking with all these penises going in, they're not all going in at the same time. That's the problem. Like, it's not like 50 dicks going all in. First of all, that is trifling and very unsanitary. But
then you got to question the dude.
You got to question everybody in the room. What are you talking about? You got to question him and her, because it's like, why you want? Okay, but look, back to that, because we can go off on that all day. But me personally, like back in the day, it seems to be very important, because you would ask your person you're with, like, you know, how many you been with, and some people would lie, some people would tell you the truth and just be like, you know what I'm saying, fuck it. I mean, I'm not like super sexually active. Yeah, is that shocking to anybody? Because some people feel like, you know, I just be out here like D all day. Like, it's not even the case. Right, I gets it. No, it's not even the case. But my body count's really low. So when I tell a dude, it's me bragging. I'm trying to let you know that this is not used up, ran through. It's cool, and you could possibly be, you know what I'm saying,
part of that selection.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going out here like, yeah, you can be next up if you like. Like, let's go do this. But with dudes, like, I had an ex tell me, I asked him one time, I was like, so how many you been with? He was like, that's like asking me what was my first meal as a kid. Like, I stopped and was like, ew, first of all, because that just goes to show that you are nasty as fuck. That's what that is. Because if you can't tell, you can't even give me a ballpark figure. Like, some people would say, about 20, 40, 60. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying give me like, I'm not saying write down a whole fucking list of like, you know, well, it was this and we did it this many times. I'm not saying that, but it's like you should at least have some form of a figure, like it's been about 25. And that instantly like turned me off. And of course, when we was in a relationship, we were headed towards the end of it, so it was like cool for me because I could just like, you know, skate off like yuck, nasty dick, and then I use the F up. But see, but then like dudes would get mad if a female said that to them. Like if you said, you know, I had like 100 chicks. Oh my god, dirty dick. But then some will be like, okay, he's experienced, he knows what he's doing. Not necessarily the case, because with all 100 females he did it with, how many of those females are gonna come back like, oh yeah, he was the best of them? Like, he shut it down. I don't want no more. Like, he can have like that many bodies and still not know what the fuck he's doing.
That's true.
It's not something to brag about. Same thing with females. That's anybody. Don't brag about the shit because you feel like you good at it. Like, someone has to tell you that you're good at. Repeatedly. It can't be like one person says it and then like nobody else says it, because then like your argument is horribly unbalanced
Just because you be like, you know what I'm saying, yeah, I hit like 50. And I'm like, oh, he's a pimp, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But only like 2 of them actually had a good experience. So your percentage is horrible.
It's
dude.
not good at all.
No,
Like, it's trash.
Like, you got LeBron's championship percentage right there.
Hey.
So that's what that is.
Hey.
But I think on the guy's point of view, you know what I'm saying, like, the whole double standard thing, like, of course, earlier, you know what I'm saying, like, let's rewind 10 years back.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Things were a lot different.
Right.
If a guy was to have sex with 10, 15 girls, that was considered normal. Like, nowadays, it's like, if you don't, like, a lot of people feel like, you know, most of these guys are pressured. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't hit it first night, you a bitch. It's like, really?
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what she has. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't know what I have. I don't even know this shit. She could be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
What's so crazy is, like, people don't ask those things anymore, which I feel like you should damn near give someone a questionnaire when it comes to, like, sexual encounters. You have to.
Yes.
Because you, first of all, it's like you're not being nosy, but you're protecting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be out here like, you know, he sent me a dick pic, I'm going to see what that's like. Because you at least ask, like, maybe 2 questions. I'm not saying, like, get a whole sexual, you know, background on them, but at least be like, you know, when's the last time you had the STD test?
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying, if he has kids, like, you got to ask that too, because you don't know, he might, you know, the first time, if he hits raw, you might fuck around and get pregnant, not even realizing, like, dude is a sharpshooter when it comes to that. Like, that nigga's going straight for the egg, and like, his men are not dead, none of that shit, like, they never gonna fall off. So there's just certain questions that you have to ask, you know, condoms, all those things. Mm-hmm. And then same thing for dudes. Like, you can't assume that just because she ain't got no kids that she's on birth control. That just means she ain't got no kids. Like,
that's all that means.
Right. And that don't mean she can't get pregnant or she won't get pregnant.
It
like,
don't mean she's not fertile either.
Exactly. Like, she ain't got no kids, I'm about to go up and then you don't fuck around and here we are.
Yeah. You
tied to somebody that she'll be like, you know, I ain't really like her. I barely know her. She raped me. You know, you can bring up, like, you say anything under the sun just to make yourself feel, you know what I'm saying, better about the fact. But it doesn't matter.
To where you start believing your own lies.
Nigga, you have a kid for the next 18 years and for the rest of their lives. And, like, that's not something, it's not a dog. It's not something that's going to, you know, die in, like, 10 years. Whatever. And you don't really care about it. Yeah. But it's fucking human life. Like, don't look at that shit like it's just, whatever. Who cares? You know?
I think with that subject, though, it's really, it depends on the individual, honestly. Yeah. Because, you know, with me, you know, when I was young, I'm not going to lie, when I was in high school and, you know, they found out, oh, snap, he's on basketball team, he's this, he's that, he got Hazel Brown eyes. I'm like, man, this is what high school's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to experience this. You know, but it gets tiring afterwards. Like, you know, I'm good. I'd rather, you know, I want to have a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want to be able to just stick for one chick, and that's that. And of course, it didn't work out that way. But you know,
it could. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you still have time.
You have to grow up. You know, you gotta mature.
It's all about evolving. So you could ask that. With the body count question, you can ask that question just like anything else. Be, you know, mindful of what the answer might be. Try not to, like, judge that person on how many. They might just be, you know, it might just be a freak, you know what I'm saying? And then you might just be a freak and it'll all work out. Yeah. It'll be fine. It'll be good in the end.
Yeah, you know, so y'all both, you know, y'all body count together is like 300.
You know what I'm saying? There's so many people on it. But it's fine because it's something that happens. Don't trip off that shit. But, like, back in the 90s, like, watching Sex and the City, like, old TV shows, when that shit came up, like, people would just, like, cut off communication, like, oh my god, I can't believe, you know, it's that many. And then I don't think anybody really gets intrigued by the body count unless it's low. Yeah. Like, if it's like super low, you like, I gotta get in there and find out what you know, like, what.
Why is it low?
Right, like, it's a mystery. Like, does she have the unicorn box? Like,
or is it just everybody's trying to stay away from it?
You know what I'm saying?
You know, but this is where you get to know the person.
Right.
So that's where I feel like the body count, you know, it really depends on which way you're looking at it. To freaks, They probably don't care. They probably, maybe the higher the better.
Right.
But to anybody who has a normal functioning brain,
that's some standards.
Yeah, there's a little morals behind that. I can't just go and have sex with somebody who, what I'm saying, has been sexually active with more guys than I could possibly even imagine. Or if it's like past 10. And to me, I just feel like either you ain't doing something right, either you trusting guys way too much, and then they just out.
Or she just might be sexually liberated. There's that.
Monique said it best, friendly pussy.
I mean, there's some females that are like that. Like you go based off of like the attraction you have to a person, the animal instinct in you. Like, I just want to just like fuck the shit out of.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. Like sometimes that'd be exactly what it is. Like, that's it. That's all I wanted. And they'll be fine. Like, you don't have to call her the next day. You don't have to call him the next day. It's literally like, we know what we wanted out of this and we got it. Now, granted, right, have a nice day. If it's amazing, of course, you gotta go back. Nobody just like, it was good, but I ain't going back there. Like, nobody says it. That's like going to a restaurant or something. Like, the food was dope. Oh my God, it was good, but I ain't going back. I'm never going back. So
there's got to be like a reason as to why you're not going back.
You know what I'm saying?
What was it?
Because if everything's good, then why aren't you going back? You know what I'm saying? Let's switch topics. Whatever, don't judge me. You lied. It's my show. Fuck y'all.
Sorry about that, audience.
She went hard. Right, but this won't always happen. I'm live. Shit happens. We gonna talk about the modern day coons, as I call them. We got Raven Simone and Don Lemon. Women, nigga, women. That's what you are. Here lately in the news, it's been 2 petitions went around. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but 2 petitions went around for them to both lose their jobs based off of ignorant statements that they are making about towards the black community. Really, it's not a general thing. It's a self-hatred thing. The way that I look at it, I signed both of them. Let's just be real, because I feel like ain't nobody hating on their jobs and no shit like that, but it's like, you're disrespecting me, you're disrespecting our culture, and that's just not what we do. Like, black people, as fucked up as we are, we still ride for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, when motherfuckers get in hot water, like with Chris Brown was out here, beating Rihanna's ass or whatever, allegedly. We don't know, because we weren't there, but the black community, took him in. It's cool. Michael Jackson, same thing. It's, hey, man, Mike ain't do no... And me personally, I don't think Mike did that shit. That's a setup. But that's a whole nother show. But, like, we would accept that shit. But then, like, when Tiger Woods did the shit, he was out here, fucking, like, 100 million white women. We was like, nah, fuck that shit. Nah, nigga, you on young. Because the reason why I was like that is because he never really claimed us. It was like, when I get in trouble, let me run to some people that, love me, black people, and we like, nah, nigga, that ain't, no.
You run to the Asians.
Right, you run to whoever you think you are, because you try to hit us with some old fake shit. But the thing with Raven, Raven's been rich since I was a kid, she was a kid. I think we're like the same age, if not a year apart. But she's been rich forever. So for her to be on The View and to be, making the comments that she's making about, the black community pisses me off, because I'm thinking to myself, like, look in the mirror, motherfucker. Like, you are black. You are on there with the loud ass colors, and you're looking out extra colorful and shit, like a nigga would. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, when we do stuff, like with the little girl in what was that, South Carolina, with the police officer, and how that shit, like, pissed me off, because that's a little girl, you're a grown-ass man, and there's a way to get her ass out that tree without you having to run, slam, all that shit. And she's like, well, she should have been on Instagram. Really? So we get our ass beat for being on our phones? Like, this is just, like, little shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are not realizing, like, how stupid you sound. And Don Lemon said basically the same thing. Well, we don't know what provoked. We sat there and watched the video. What are you talking about? Like, it's right there.
Not like she was in, their face. Not like she was.
She didn't have a gun. She had a cell phone. She was sitting in a desk. She wasn't saying nothing. Somebody was like, well, she swung. She's a little girl.
I mean, I would swing too if I'm getting thrown on. Like,
if you choke me out, I'm not just gonna be like dead body. You know what I'm saying? Dead fish on the floor. Like,
nah, it's not happening.
I'm gonna swing on you. I'm gonna do something. I'm not gonna try to full on fight you because you are a cop. But me personally, when I seen the cop walking, I'd be like, alright, shit, let me, get my backpack. Because cops be on that bullshit now. Like, we see that. But what's your take on it?
I think it's okay with the Raven thing. Alright. Raven, first of all, with the whole ghetto name thing that you was talking about, I feel like, first of all, we don't choose our names from birth.
Duh.
You know what
we don't go like, I want to be Tasha.
You know
yeah, that's hot.
You don't. It's not their fault that their name may be ghetto, but you don't look at that. You look at their credentials. You look at what they bring to the table, what they have to offer. You know what I'm saying? If her name happens to be Watermelon Drea, but she went to Stanford, went to Harvard.
What I'm saying? Like she graduated top of her class. Who cares what her name is?
Exactly. I really feel like then, should it matter? No. Last time I checked, Raven isn't a very common name either.
It's a fucking bird, bro. Like, your mama named you after a bird. Like
like a bird nobody cares about.
At all. Like, it's not, no one ever says, like, what's your favorite bird? I like a nice raven. Like, no one says that.
Are you serious?
You like a cockatoo
or
something
like that. But I also think, like, with the petition, though, to try to get her off of ABC, like, ABC know what they're doing. Of course, we want her off because you're saying some off-the-wall shit.
You're being disrespectful.
To me, you're just being fucking retarded. Like,
exactly.
Some of the things that you say, I just have to think. Like, do you hear what you say?
Right.
Do you think before you speak?
You just say the shit and then it's just like, whatever.
I'll deal with the consequences later. But
no, motherfucker, that's not how this works because once it leaves your mouth, it's out there and it's done for. Like, you'll always be judged on this shit.
Black Twitter is the one that grabs a hold of it.
Love
like,
Black Twitter.
We are about to strangle that ass.
Black Twitter's like where it's at. Like, I don't know about any other Twitter. Like, white Twitter might be boring as shit. Puerto Rican Twitter might be trash. But Black Twitter, don't matter what goes down, they'll get your motherfucking ass. They'll let you have it for like a week straight.
And they want there is no forgetting this.
No, like they'll bring that shit right back up.
It don't matter if it's like 2 years later. Even if they happen to meet you in person, be like, yeah, you remember that? I
got this funny meme of you on my phone. I just would love for you to see this.
I really feel like ABC, they won't fire her because of the simple fact that they like to stir the pot. But when it happens from a black person and it takes the blame off of them,
right?
But they're the ones encouraging it. Then it makes them look innocent. It's like, oh no, we didn't say it, she said it. But there's a reason as to why she's saying it. You all are encouraging it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you all are not saying it from your own mouth. You're letting her speak on it. And I also read about Whoopi Goldberg's tweet to her, and I was like, that's kind of gross. You know what I'm saying? So not only are you coming up with this stupid, retarded bullshit that you just happen to think is intelligence coming from your mouth, but since she also obviously has like this hygiene problem or something when she shows up to work. And so I'm like, like Whoopi, Whoopi's not gonna hold her tongue for anybody.
Fucking Whoopi Goldberg.
And exactly, she's a legend. You know what I'm saying? So, when she said it, I was just like, whoa, wait a minute now, hold on, what's going on? She was like, why are you coming in smelling like your girlfriend? And I'm like,
you smelling like box over.
I was like, that's then Ravens, I expect Raven to not even respond to that. I was like, oh shit, what are you gonna say to this? No, Raven, as only Raven does it,
of course, says,
sometimes after I eat my girl for breakfast.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. After I eat my girl for breakfast, I forget to wipe my mouth.
Yeah.
So you show up to work. You know what I'm saying? Smelling, your breath smell like bass. Are you serious? Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different things that I really feel like Raven just needs to. She just needs to just stop because, first of all, as you had said earlier about her saying that I'm a human being, I don't want to be identified.
I'm not African American. I don't even know what continent or country I came. Bitch, none of us know. No, but
there is black in your ass.
Let's be real. Like, if you're smart, then there's black in everybody because Africa is, the center of civilization. Sorry, white people, got a little bit of black in you. I hope that doesn't hurt you. That still don't mean you can say nigga. But it's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like everything in life has a label, has a title. That's just the way of the world. Sorry, like nothing is walking around like I don't know what that is. Like I don't know what to call it. Like everything has a name. Everything it answers to something. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. It sounds good in theory, but not. I feel like she was high when she said that. Like that's some shit you say after you smoke like 4 blunts. You be like, yo, I don't want to be identified as like African American. I am a human. Yeah, motherfucker, you're a human. That's African American. Like everybody.
If I was high too, I'd probably agree with you. But I'm not.
Right, but I'm sober, and I'm like,
and it makes
you
no
sound
sense.
stupid. We're gonna squeeze in this last one. We got one more. Okay, we gotta talk about David Justice and Eric Benet. Okay, if you have a Twitter, and if you do not have a Twitter, I strongly suggest you get one because that shit pops all the time, all day. But right, matter of fact, let me. No, so David Justice is, and this is for the younger people that don't know. He was Halle Berry's first husband, her very first husband back in the 90s, and he got on Twitter and decided to, you know, get in his feelings because Miss Berry is getting divorced again for like I think the 3rd or the 4th time, and he decided to, you know, bring up old shit. I mean old shit, because seeing that the 90s was 20 years ago. Yeah, it's very old shit. And he was just tweeting like a female, a scorned, hurt female that can't seem to let go, talking about, you know, how they were all Halle Berry's shining armor, you know, the knight in her life until, you know, it's all bad. I hate to break it to you, but that's how relationships go. Yeah. Duh. In the beginning, she's your queen, he's your king, it's good, you love them, I'll die for you. You know, you're doing all this extra shit. And then the shit gets bad and you're like, nigga, fuck you. Like, that's just how relationships go. That's why they're called breakups and divorces.
Where the relationships, that's where you see if they're durable. That's where
exactly. But then he's tweeting and he was like, you know, I wasn't the one that hit Holly. That was WS, and I'm thinking that WS was Wesley Snipes, and then, you know, just all this other, you know, hateful hurt bitch shit. And Eric Benet comes along, he's like, yeah, my brother speaking some truth. I'm thinking to myself, you might as well sit here, yes, bitch, you did it.
What are you talking about, Mr. Eric Benet? Very talented man, by the way. Very talented. But you fucked it up for every dude. Man, you cheated on Halle Berry.
Every black dude. Dude.
Now no black female is like, oh, if Halle can get cheated on, I know I can get cheated on. It's like, really, bruh?
These niggas ain't loyal.
Really, bruh? You just, bruh, it's bro code, man. It's bro code. Like, you don't do that. But, you know, I'm not going to sit there and put all the blame on the guys, you know what I'm saying? Because it's obviously a two-way street. We don't know what happened in those divorces. Yeah, maybe she has poor taste in men. Maybe it's the same kind of guy, you know, just in a, you know, different
package.
But we don't know. But basically, what I feel on this particular subject is, come on, Justice, really, man? You're a grown-ass man.
You're an old-ass man.
You're married, you got 2 kids. Let it go. It's Halle Berry. Let it go,
Halle Berry ain't sitting around talking about you like, I can't believe David Justice. Like, motherfucker, when she moved on to Eric Benet and whoever else was up next, that's when she wasn't talking about your monkey ass no more. Duh.
And then after she left that guy, she wasn't talking about him or you.
Because that's just, I mean, some females do it, some of us don't. You know what I'm saying? We do like to vent. Back in my day, I used to vent a lot to social media about my, you know, relationships and bullshit. Now I just rant about shit that's going on that we all are experiencing, not so much as me. So, I mean, I've done it. I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't, but at the same time, I'm not going to act like I'm not going to do it again, but I'm not going to keep doing it. That's the thing. Like,
that's where you grow up.
Right. Like, eventually I'm going to get past. I'm not talking about the last relationship I had, 8 years ago or 9 years ago. I ain't going to be like, that motherfucker. Like, no, because I'm done with that shit. Don't care about it. Moving on. Now I'm venting about the motherfucker I'm dealing with now, the motherfucker, you know, that I have recently, not years back. Yeah. I'm not going all the way back to my first boyfriend talking about that motherfucker stole my crayons. I can't believe it. I needed that black.
First of all, I'm gonna look at you if you talk about stealing crayons.
You
like,
feel me?
You
should. You should. Like, I got good friends. I know motherfuckers gonna check me. Like,
but I really feel like maybe she should take more time to get to know the person before her marriage. I really feel like a lot of these celebrities nowadays don't even really do it. Like, they just know who the other person is because they're a celebrity. Right. They may talk to them, every now and then they may meet up. Oh, I like you when you did this and blah blah blah, and they get married. Next thing you know, they get divorced like 2 months later. It's like, what the hell? What
was the point? Like, y'all wasting money and time out here, and energy and all that shit.
It's to me, it's all null and void if you don't really get to know the person.
Right.
And I feel like maybe that's one thing that she should do. But then again, maybe she's too trusting. That could be her downfall. She may be a great woman,
or she might just be a fucked up person. Like, as dope as, like, don't get it twisted, Halle Berry's beautiful as shit. Like, that's Woman Crush Wednesday, no homo for me. But
I'll go Woman Crush Wednesday. Oh, damn, man.
But Halle Berry's dope. Like, she's dope in every aspect. Like, she's beautiful and she can act. She's like one of my sheroes. I definitely put in like my top 5 for actresses that I look up to, definitely. But that don't take away from who she is personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't take away that she might actually be like one of them fucked up females that, she teases her guy. Like, I heard something, I think I was listening to Ebro in the morning, and he was like, I heard that she would come to bed in like a nightie or something, like, to entice her man and be like, no, you can't touch this is not for you, this is for me. Like, I don't know, like, that's weird, first of all, because that's like me going, like, dangling a steak in front of a bird, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do no shit like that. So if I come out in this nightie and I'm like, no, don't touch me, like, is it like code for like touch me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just trying to
as a guy, you're like, so if I don't, she's gonna get bitch.
Right,
but
like, she's gonna get mad.
She's gonna get mad.
So you're confused. Cause I think like it's confusing and teasing. She's probably verbally abusive, possibly. She could be. I'm not gonna take it anyway. I'm not gonna try to make her innocent completely, but then at the same time, like, I done came across some fucked up niggas, so I'm like, these dudes, these new niggas, I would definitely see, why she would be divorced again now. I'm gonna say this, and I've been saying it, people that are married and are in relationships these days do not make that shit look appealing to me. Like, what looks appealing to me is what I'm doing right now, because it's just way too much bullshit that comes with those titles and all that. That's just me personally, but it's a headache. It's a lot. And granted, since I've been out the whole relationship game for a while now, I'm really comfortable and stuck in my ways. So I don't know. But Halle Berry's probably verbal abusive, and because she don't date nobody that's like over her. That's like, say if Halle Berry was married to like Denzel or something. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to talk shit to him because y'all on the same, the same caliber, same money, all that shit. So y'all straight. But when you fucking with somebody like Eric Benet, that's not, a huge R&B star. Like, we know him. Black people know him. White people, not so much.
Maybe.
Not everybody. But
maybe if she married Lenny Kravitz.
You know what I'm saying? That she was married to Lenny, then it's hard to talk shit to somebody like that. But it's all about levels, and she probably likes some men just a little bit beneath.
Maybe. And that also might be how she gets off. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? She might be weird like that.
I really feel like, something that goes along into, with a lot of what the stuff you just brought up about these new niggas, and it's true. I actually posted something on Instagram, and it was basically just saying, it was something that Frank Sinatra had said. He said, I may sound old-fashioned, but I want to think all women should be treated like I want my wife, daughters, and granddaughters to be treated. I noticed today that good manners, like standing up when a woman enters the room, helping a woman with her coat, letting her enter an elevator first, taking her arm to cross the street, are sometimes considered unnecessary or a throwback, and no woman is offended by politeness. Now, I feel like some women will say a guy's thirsty. They'll say anything.
A young girl will say that.
Yeah, but chivalry, it is that. It really is. And maybe, with these new guys, I really, 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 really feel bad for you all, because you all don't know exactly what it is. Maybe you all have never saw your mom be treated that way.
You know what I'm saying? That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's examples that were placed in front of you. And that's the reason why, the younger females are, fucked up today because they don't realize, what's good, what's bad. But the time is dwindling down.
Yes.
Any last things you would like to say? You want them to follow you on anything?
Yeah. Follow me on Instagram. It's ken.versus.keyshawn. That's KESHON. And you always can hit me up and let me know what's going on with your pictures and everything. Or follow me on Twitter. It's the Kentucky Rattlesnake. That's what it's called. Don't judge me. I like the name. And Facebook, it's Ken Currington. So it's just hit me up on there anytime.
You already know what to do with me, Thug Jelena, on everything. Snap, Insta, Twitter. You're not getting my Facebook. That's personal. But y'all can like the Banshees Black, and I'm out here. Let's go.